Damas y caballeros, esta es la buena. Ok, pues eso funcionó muy bien. Ahí va el cohete. Dale, cohete. Eso fue muy extraño. Pero bueno. Mierda. Ok. No, ¿qué mierda estoy haciendo con mi vida? Es aquí. No. Arr. La cagué, tío. Combinando frases. Carajo. Explosionados. 25 vehículos explosionados. Ajá, explosionados. Corro como el viento. Aquí hay balas. Me acabo de dar cuenta de que la música tiene el ritmo del reggaetón. Patu. Qué asco. Perdón.
Well, wasn't this nice? The perfect end to a perfect trip. If someone had told me 6 months ago this was where my life was headed, I'd have ordered a double of whatever they were drinking, drunk it, then blown my head off. Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward, and nothing changes.
Tomar las escopetas. Ya. Painkillers.
Every bastard in the joint must have known I was on the loose by now. I couldn't afford to waste any more time.
Me gustan los efectos con las losetas. Los efectos de la linterna, de hecho, están bastante bien hechos, dude. Las gráficas. Bueno. Oh, lo sabía.
Police food, the same crap the world over. But I could reminisce about the old days later. For now, there was more pressing matters to deal with.
Qué feos monitores. Bueno, pediré una agua nada. Oh. Oh, oh.
They'd come from the control room. It looked like the security cameras were still running. It looked like the prisoners were giving them a run for their money. That's what happens when you hand some roided-up halfwit a commando uniform with special on the front and let him ride around his hometown in a tank playing soldiers. Sooner or later, someone's gonna decide he's not so special. There were a bunch more in the elevator, tooled up like they were about to roll into Fallujah. And of course, they were headed my way.
¡Ah! Te ganaste unas balas en la cara, maricón.
If the heat was rising, that meant I was getting closer to the source. I had to keep moving. If there was one thing I learned since being in Sao Paulo, it was that me and the local elevators were not a good mix.
Ah. Ya vieron que hay un bug aquí. Veo la luz verde.
Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer.
Ok, eso no sirvió. Cabrón. Ah, mierda. Aquí están, painkillers. Esto no va a servir, no voy a sobrevivir, pero bueno, mierda. Ok, ya, va la buena, va la buena. Ténganme paciencia, por favor. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Por qué no se mueren? Te tomaste tu tiempo, cabrón. No, me sigues vivo, güey. Puta madre. Y yep, eso no va a ser nada bueno. Puta madre, sigues vivo, güey. Ay, cabrón.
I'd killed more cops than cholesterol, and still no sign of Becker. It wasn't the first time it dawned on me I should probably have gone over the plan in more detail, but it was too late for that now.
Lol. Estoy seguro de que hay painkillers aquí. Oh.
AUP. Those were the guys who jumped the yacht in Panama.
Apu.
And what was this? Had the Brazilian cops tipped them off about the money? If I didn't hurry, Becker would be long gone.
Sí, pero si no me apuro, no voy a tener painkillers con que matarlos. Bueno, con que sobrevivir a los disparos. De hecho, algo que me gusta bastante, miren esto. Está bastante chido. Ok. Como que el frame rate se cayó bastante cabrón.
Luckily, I wasn't the only Sao Paulo's own David and Goliath. I'd pinned De Silva as a coward, but he'd risked more than anyone, and he'd never taken a bribe.
Perdón, interrumpí lo que estaba diciendo Max antes. Pero bueno, básicamente es hora de seguir.
I still didn't know how I'd gone from drinking myself numb in New Jersey to looting corpses in Brazil. But this was where I was, 5,000 miles from a home I couldn't go back to, on another suicide mission to clean up a mess that wasn't even mine. I'd spent my career dozing off in the briefing room. Now wasn't the time. The CS were all but out of business in Sao Paulo, and suddenly Becker and Victor looked like local heroes in the war on crime. They'd really gotten their money's worth outsourcing their problems onto me. My old pal Serrano. We'd both been unwitting clowns in this sorry circus. Part of me hoped he'd made it out of that hotel alive. I didn't recognize the guy. Maybe this was the new slum king De Silva had talked about. A throne never stays empty for long. Fame at last. It was no great surprise I'd made Ufe's most wanted list. I hadn't done much to improve the reputation of Americans abroad over the past few weeks. And there they were, my illustrious employers. 3 dead and still every chance I'd go 4 for 4. None of this was gonna look good on the resume. And I was in good company. Howell Passos, sent up north to find a washed-up gringo who'd act tough and play dumb. Boy, did he ever deliver.
Vean los efectos de iluminación en la calva de Max y en el cuero de su bueno, cosa para mantener las armas. Lo que no me gusta es en las pistolas. Creo que no es realista solo aquí. No lo sé. Nunca he visto una pistola, por suerte. Bueno, es hora de seguir. Painkillers. Bala.
It was starting to feel as if I'd never leave that place. Like one of those nightmares where you keep running and running, only to discover you're chasing yourself.
Oh, mierda.
Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell and fast. The bastards had me locked in. That would have been too easy. The doors were all locked. There had to be something else I wasn't seeing. My eyes and throat burned, but at least I could breathe. I was trying to work out what direction I was headed in when I discovered some more Brazilian architecture not designed for the American physique.
Oh, en la mano. ¿Qué pedo con este cuarto de servidores?
There it was, the tape from the Bronco security system.
Veamos quién mató a Branco por fin.
Jesus, it was that guy. I had seen him in the favela. Bachmeyer, Becker's right-hand man. His time would come. Him and Becker. I'd seen enough. It was time to bring this nightmare to an end.
¿Por dónde o qué? Supongo que por aquí.
couldn't get that tape out of my head. Why had Ufe killed Rodrigo? I wasn't gonna find any answers in the forensics lab. I had to push on.
Hey, pal. Nice to see you.
Pra casa, gringo de merda.
I don't think we've been properly introduced.
I know who you are.
And you should have killed me in the office when you had the chance.
There's still time, meu camarada.
Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else, something buried deep in the past.
Ok, sé que no estoy hablando mucho.
Giovanna, Passos. Everyone who'd meant anything was gone. Like so many times before, I'd found myself alone, locked on a course of destruction. It was at my worst when I was at my best.
Sé que no he hablado mucho, pero es que la historia me tiene un poco picado. Quiero ver qué pasa con Max, quiero ver qué pasa con este otro tipo brasileño que ya ni vi cómo se llamaba. el curso de...
Traga esse traseiro aqui, eu te dou cobertura.
Puta madre. Quiero ver qué pasa con todo. Y además me estoy recordando el flashback del inicio
Seems
cuando...
the anti-drug squad had a few habits of its own.
El framerate está muy bajo, ¿no creen?
They had their body armor. I had mine. It felt like I was going around in circles, getting further away from the truth. I had to find my way out of there.
Puta madre. Puta madre. Ok, esta es la buena, tengan paciencia, recuerden 2 o 3 intentos y siempre lo logro. Ups. Ya se había rendido. Bueno, me asustó.
Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the black market. Now I was coming for mine.
La voz de Max. No me sale la voz de Max, pero... Now they were coming for mine. Damas y caballeros, esto es AyGueyVideojuegos. Ok. No me sale, no tengo la voz suficientemente grave.
Beleza, rapaziada, bom trabalho. Só tô esperando a confirmação do outro grupo, mas o gringo já deve estar morto agora.
Senhor, ele não parece estar morto!
Puta madre.
Da puta, pelo amor de Deus!